Today, we're going to take a detailed look at what would happen to Earth and life on it if the moon were to suddenly disappear. The moon has been the subject of poems and fairy tales for thousands of years, the most beautiful ornament in the night sky. But what would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared one day? Could our planet continue to exist? Would life on Earth have continued? We will embark on a journey into the depths of history and scientific discoveries to find the answers to these questions. If you are ready, let's begin. Formation and history of the moon. Moonrise. The formation of the moon began about 4.5 billion years ago when Theia, a Mars-sized pre-planet, crashed into Earth. This collision caused a large amount of material to be ejected from the Earth's surface into space. This material came together under Earth's gravitational pull to form the moon. The birth of the moon took about 30 million years. Early moon. When it was first formed, the moon was quite close to Earth, only 25,000 kilometers away. That's less than half the circumference of the Earth. If the moon were that close today, it would appear 15 times bigger in the sky. But because of the moon's gravitational pull, the Earth's crust would experience tremendous tides, and life could not exist on the surface. The moon's receding distance. The moon's gravity causes some of the Earth's energy to be transferred to the moon, and this energy transfer causes the moon to shift into a higher orbit. Today, thanks to laser measurements, we know that the moon is moving away from Earth by 3.78 centimeters every year. The immediate effects of the moon's extinction. Darkness at night. The sudden disappearance of the moon would not have such an immediate effect at first. Our nights would be darker and we would be deprived of that beautiful view in the sky. We can experience how dark a moonless world would be during the new moon phase. While the brightness of a full moon is minus 12.74 quadrillion, during the new moon phase the brightness drops to minus 2.5 quadrillion. If the moon disappeared completely, our nights would be about 10 times darker than during the new moon phase. Short-term effects of the moon's disappearance. Tsunami and earthquakes. Because of the moon's gravity, the central parts of the ocean stand about 40 centimeters higher. If the moon were to suddenly disappear, this mass of water would quickly fall to the ground, creating huge tsunamis on the coasts. A sudden change in gravity can also cause fractures in the Earth's crust, leading to earthquakes or volcanic activity. Reduced tides. The moon is responsible for more than half of the tides. If the moon disappeared, the size of the tides would be reduced by 50 to 67%. Tides are vital for coastal life. Crabs, mussels, sea stars, and snails depend on the nutrients broken down by the tides to survive. Other marine and terrestrial animals that depend on these animals would also be forced into fierce competition due to dwindling food supplies. Medium and long-term impacts of the moon's extinction. Earth's axis tilt and climate change. The moon plays an important role in keeping the Earth's axis tilt constant. The Earth's tilt is about 23.4 degrees, and the moon keeps it relatively constant. If the moon were to suddenly disappear, the Earth's axis would wobble more and more, leading to climate changes. When the axis tilt undergoes large changes, the Earth's surface can experience dramatic climate changes, orbit changes. The disappearance of the moon could also affect the Earth's orbit around the sun. The Earth and the moon orbit around a common center of mass. When the moon disappears, this center of mass shifts closer to the center of the Earth and can increase or decrease the Earth's orbital speed by 0.041%. This could slightly alter the Earth's orbit around the sun, but these changes would be quite small. Historical and cultural impacts of the moon's extinction. Scientific advances. The moon is an important object for scientific research. The moon's surface preserves early geological records that have been lost due to tectonic activity on Earth. By studying the moon, we can better understand the Earth's past and the formation of the solar system. The destruction of the moon would greatly hinder such scientific research. Cultural and sociological impacts. The moon has played an important role in human culture for thousands of years. It has a great influence on mythology, literature, art, and religious beliefs. The disappearance of the moon would create a deep void in human culture. Also, darker nights could increase crime rates and have negative effects on human psychology. Scientific and theoretical perspectives of the moon's disappearance. Three-body problem. The three-body problem is an important topic in physics and astronomy. The complex interactions of the gravitational forces between the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun form the basis of this problem. The disappearance of the Moon dramatically changes this balance of forces and new dynamics emerge. Lagrange points. The gravitational forces between the Moon and the Earth create Lagrangian points, which are specific points of equilibrium. These points are important for space exploration. The disappearance of the Moon would also affect these equilibrium points and make space exploration more difficult. Alternative scenarios of the Moon's disappearance. Extinction of the Moon in the early period. If the Moon had disappeared early in Earth's geological evolution, the Earth's rotation speed would have been much faster. A day could have been as short as 4 hours. This would have drastically changed the conditions for our planet to be favorable for life. Life without the Moon. We don't know exactly how life would evolve if the Moon disappeared or never existed. However, we can say that life on Earth can thrive without being dependent on the Moon's presence. Life can survive thanks to its ability to adapt to ever-changing conditions. Conclusion. Today, we took an in-depth look at what the sudden disappearance of the Moon would mean for Earth and life on it. The Moon is not only a beautiful ornament of the night sky, but also an important element that maintains the balance of our planet and ensures the continuity of life. The disappearance of the Moon would have a profound impact on many areas, from ecosystems and climate to science and culture. But, as always, humanity and other living things have the ability to adapt to such changes. See you in the next video. Bye.